Hello. My name is Simon, and I will tell you today about this thing that you can see right now on your screens, which is Minetest. This is more or less clone of vastly popular Minecraft game, but it differs in some ways, one on another term, in one place or another. But what is Minetest? You can see, and we will discuss this in a moment. What is this video? This video is first introduction to making mods to Minetest game. I will show you what you need to do those modifications and how make few basic ones and run them in game. So that's the plan, and now I will show you what is Minetest. I have here already started server of Minetest, and if you know how Minecraft feels, how Minecraft plays, it's very similar to this game, but like I said, it's different. It needs to be different because licensing problems with Minecraft. On the other hand, Minetest is completely free. One more thing. Commonly misinterpreted terms that will be interchangeably used are Minetest game and Minetest game engine. When we talk about Minetest, in most cases we are thinking about Minetest game that runs on Minetest engine. But first thing first. Minetest game engine is a tool that allows you to create some kind of worlds that are made from voxels, which are those square boxes covered with texture. Some are brown, some are green, some are white, or any other color you want. You can choose that color if you want. That does not matter. Second thing is Minetest game, which is adaptation of some set of rules applied to those voxel spaces. So Minetest game will apply gravitation, will define that fruits grow on trees, will define how those trees grows, how is world generated, if it has some kind of hills or mountains, seas and other stuff. For example, in this case we have some hills covered with trees, and there is some water here with a small island, and this is in a short basic version of Minetest game without any modifications applied, only basic creative mode, because in this game you have two modes and you can choose one of two game modes to play. First, like in Minecraft, is creative mode. When you have unlimited resources, you can dig very fast, destroy almost everything, including stuff that should not be broken in any way. On the other hand, you have survival mode. Oops. This game is broken. I forget about this. During my modding of game, yeah, I need to recreate this again. Creative mode, okay, play. I've broke my game, in short. Exactly what is broken. I've tried to drop item on the ground, and that causes server to crash. So somewhere in my basic game script that displays items dropped on ground is not behaving correctly and destroying this game. But we will be modding on different game version. It will use same map generator and same seed, so in most cases terrain and trees and other stuff will look very close to this one that I'm showing you right now. There will be other things visible on ground, but that does not matter. Anyway, this game is more or less based on Minecraft, so you can have very similar playstyle to Minecraft, but it differs. For example, if you have ladder placed on the wall, and in Minecraft you climb on that ladder and stop, raise your hands, you will drop to ground. You will slowly get down that ladder. But in Minetest, you are holding with one hand to that ladder, and you can't move up or down without inputting your movement from keyboard or other controller that you are using. So it's very easy to build something from ladder. In Minecraft you need to constantly correct your position to dig, for example, hole in the wall next to ladder. Other thing that is probably most important in creative worlds when you have unlimited resources, in Minecraft you start on that layer of terrain. As you can see, we have some layers, some are deeper, some are not. One layer is here, second is here, third is here, fourth is underwater, and so on. In Minecraft you start around level 60 of layer, and then you can go below ground around 60 blocks of this height. Each of these blocks is around 1 meter in dimensions, each side 1 meter by 1 meter by 1 meter. So you have like 60 meters deep option to dig. And then you have skybox up to the clouds, and in Minecraft limit is I think about 200 blocks up. So 60 down and 200 up. That makes you close to 250 or 300 blocks total for your construction. In Minetest this is not limited in this way. You have much less space to travel with, because if you travel east, west, north or south, you are limited to about 32 kilometers only, 32,000 blocks. But the same applies to height and depth of world. More or less we are starting in Minetest on level 0, and we have 32,000 blocks up and 32,000 blocks down. I can go clip to underground layers, and those are caverns, and those caverns are deep and deep and deep and deep, and with some modifications to world generator after you install some mods, you can have things called cave realms, which are about 1000 blocks deep, and also you can have sky blocks like floating islands, which are a few hundred or few thousand blocks up in the air, so there is quite challenge to get up there. but it's easier to get to cave realms because it's just digging up. Okay, how about inventory? If I open my inventory, it looks quite similar to Minecraft one. I have some inventory items in creative mode that are available here. My shortcut bar and backpack, so it looks almost identical, same way as in Minecraft. I have 18 pages of items, and those items, like in Minecraft, are in general form of 3 types. One is block, which is always placed as a box, or transparent block, which is like stairs and slabs or doors, for example, or fences. That is treated as a block in the game, and in Minetest it is called a node. Second type is all items that can be placed on those blocks, placed inward, those grass type, boulders, rocks, and almost all plants, and other kind of vines. I have no idea where am I. Oh, okay, I know where am I. So those blocks will be semi-transparent in some way because they are plants, and this is still a square texture of roughly 16 by 16 pixels, but it's transparent. So this is second kind of block. Those mushrooms, flowers, and those fruits, it's also same kind. And third one are like tools, swords, axes, pickaxes, and other tools that you can have. Some dice, eggs if you find some here or there, and other stuff that cannot be placed directly but can be dropped. Those are third kind of items. Also in basic Minetest game there is absolutely no animals or mobs here, so you are perfectly safe in these terms. You can most damage you can get it's with drowning underwater, with no air available, and with falling down from some height. Then you can hurt yourself, but those are or fire damage or other stuff of this damage. It's not possible to die in any other way. With mods you can have, for example, hunger, so you need to eat from time to time to regain your hunger bar. And this is basic. Let's get back to menu. I have 18 pages of those items here, and all items are visible. All items obtainable in basic game are in this inventory from scratch. So stairs, for example. Right now I will change my game to other one. Exit to menu, please. I will launch game which is not Minetest game. It's a game prepared by other player with some other rules. For example, there is more RPG style getting experience from using tools, and you can have some kind of benefits from this, like faster digging time. And I will start new game also, and I will select some additional mods, which is exactly Dream Builder mod pack, which will give a few more modifications to this game, which will give some new gameplay options, some monsters, and many more items. And I will start this in creative mode also, and I definitely want Oh yeah, on Dream Builder it will be. Okay, never mind. I need unified inventory mode because it greatly improves gameplay with this particular mod. Okay, I will start here and tell you about other terms. Okay, this will take much longer than previously because it needs to load more stuff. Where to get this game? It's available on Google Play Store. It's available as separate download for any other operating system. I will change my screen to other one. Minetest game is open source and available to practically any operating system, so you can run it on Windows, on Macintosh, on Linux, even on Chromebooks if you have that more powerful one that have Google Play Store enabled. So if you have Google Play Store, you can download Android version of Minetest and play on those. Mods work with servers on desktop computers. They may have some problems with running when you play on Android only. Anyway, you go to website called minetest.net and enter this menu. Then you have download. You can choose what platform you have. You can download it and install and play. Other thing that you have here on the bottom, there is content database with games, mods and texture packs. From the bottom, texture packs applied to game will change how game looks only. It's like changing textures on blocks, so you can have more fancy stone or trees or whatever look of the game, but all behavioral functionality of games remains the same. It's only change visual aspect of game. Then you have mods that change some game play style and add new stuff. For example, you can have animals added, or monsters, or mezecons, which is more or less similar stuff to red powder in Minecraft. So adding electronics, you can have another dimensions. For example, nether, you can have more dice, you can have some other mobs that help you, you can have options to add more weapons or farm stuff or boats or whatever you can imagine. It's not limited only to new block styles, but in general, if you want to modify something, you need to write some code. In most cases, that code will define that new look of node and how it will behave in the world. It not depends on world. You can use mods in most cases on the same server as you can play and add them, and that will not change anything. Little hint: if modification is adding something to world generator, for example new ores, like special metal ore that you can need to dig up, then it will be, after adding it to game, it will be available only in new areas that were not previously explored on the map. So keep in mind of that when you adding mods. It's best to start new game to get some stuff from world generator. On other hand, you can have some weapons, items, plants that can be added and just planted by you or used by you. Okay, this one is there's tons of those mods, and they are very easy to do, and we will do those. You need for this only text editor and that's all. All mods are made in pure text, just files are saved in a specific file format, so you need to name those files correctly. And you can get, if you need some graphics, you can get them from any source you want and use practically any graphic you want. Of course, you need to copyright those stuff and use them correctly, so you can't go to Google and grab any graphic and share them publicly. You can download any image and use on your own for your own fun as temporary graphics, for example. But easiest way to do is grab any image editor like GIMP and make your own files. It's not so hard, and it not exactly need to look perfect. Also, you can use all graphics that are already in game and modify them or use them as they are, so just with different name or different purpose of them. Okay, I hear that game is started. This is same map, same trees, same area. I need to add some privileges for me that I can go flying, because I can't fly in normal way. You can hear birds singing. We have some new trees, we have new fruits here, some boulders on ground, some more logs lying around, and some other trees are growing here, like bamboo trees, and some bigger trees are growing up, generated on this world. Also, we should have some animals here or there, but they need some time to appear in this world, so they will not be visible instantly. We need to give them some time. Okay, trees are growing, especially those big trees. They are planted in the world, but they growth is triggered when player gets nearby, so those trees will pop into the space from time to time. And here we have also dungeons. Here is dungeon that was visible earlier. Also in the bottom of the screen, I have a bigger inventory, and my row of health points represented with hearts changed to bar, and I have satiation, which means how hungry I am. So those that changed, but still I'm in semi-creative mode, so I can have many improvements and work way faster. Also in creative mode, everything I am using, or almost everything, does not disappear from my inventory, so I can add this sand blocks here until I'm bored with this, and they will be available here. New inventory, bigger one. It's more it's now looking also similarly to Minecraft one, with crafting grid on top. So let's grab something that I can craft actually. So let's make some wood. I have planks here. I want trunk. There is a search option in this inventory, and few other stuff that I will show you partially in later. For example, let's get this beech tree trunk, and if I put it in crafting grid, it gives me planks, and if I put planks, it will give me stick, and if I put stick with planks, I can get tools, and I can use tools in any way I want. It's similar to Minecraft. Difference is that I have full 3x3 crafting table on me non-stop, and in Minecraft I have only 2x2 on me, and I need a crafting table to have 3x3. Also in this game I have a crafting guide that I can click and check what is needed to craft and in which form of this item, or what is crafted with that item. So it's very easy to get. Also, if you clear this search bar, and if you can remember how much items I had in creative menu in basic game, that was 18 pages of like 10 across and 4 or 5 rows. I have now 51 pages of items in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 by 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes? Yes. It's 80 items on this page, and I have 51 pages of those items. Some are new type, absolutely, like those pillar types. I need a trunk again. It will be needed in a moment, because like as you can see, there are some fences, there are some stairs here, some slabs, some decorative items, but that is not all that it's available in this game. New item is added to inventory in general as inventory menu, which is called circular saw, and now I have option. Oh, I need another tree trunk or cobble. Let's get some default cobblestone. I have many other options to destroy this square box, this node, and make it into different kind of shapes. And most of those blocks that were original in game, so like sand, grass, dirt, all tree trunks, there is like 20 of those or even more, because some are treated as general, like for example tree trunks are treated as tree, not particularly this kind of tree, and they are cut in those form also. So there is plenty of items, and we will add even more with our modification. It's nice to play, you can have some fun with this. You don't have some items with you, so you can, for example, dig somewhere, and then you will have some this is, what is it? Rock, stone, oh, some dungeon. Oh, I got some bonus points, and there is chest, and there is some sword or other things, but I have no torches. I can get torch and use it, place it in the world in different positions. Also it's made that torch in my hand lit up everything that is close. It might be that mobs are not turned on, unfortunately, so I'm pretty safe here, or I think that I'm safe. Anyway, torch is quite needed item, but it's made only with default call, and default call is dig up from any mining operations you want. So you need to get it down into ground and find some coal, and then you can use it to make torches. What I want to make, it's simple modification to game that will add charcoal so you can get a call, kind of call from any tree. So you can have, let's make this. I need more. I will have no. I need more cobble, so I can make furnace, and when I make furnace I can place it, and I can use any wood as a fuel and put wood on top, and it will be burned and or charred, as you can say, into charcoal, and then you can break that big chunk of charcoal into smaller coals actually, and from that coals you can get torches. We will make this charcoal in such way that it will burn with less efficient than classic coal. Also, torches from single coal lamp will be only 2 in place of 4 torches made as default game from normal coal, so it will be way more less efficient, but taking apart that trees are growing everywhere, and trees are very easy to get resource, then you have practically unlimited number of trees and tree trunks and planks and sticks, so less efficient way of getting torches is not important, because you can have as much of those as you want, and that will not change in any way. So that is a short summary. And first modification that we will make is with those charcoal stuff, and then we will take this whole knowledge that we had during making of charcoal into work, and we will use that knowledge to get some stuff going on surface when we will add new flower types or plants as you wish, or not exactly plants, it can be everything you want, or some kind of rock, or ancient stalactite, stalagmite, whatever. It could be something different. That will be automatically generated on map start everywhere on the map, and that will be as I call it, plant mod or flowers mod. So this is, I think, everything for now. One more thing, we will need some help to get know this game, and also on minetest.net webpage on the bottom you have 2 links. One is player wiki and second is developer wiki. Player wiki is everything on the base game, how it is making it's not good. You have item list, you have blocks list, so it's interchangeable blocks and nodes, so you can get some basic information about how they look, how they feel, and as far as I remember, there is some kind that is called item string, which in this terms of sand, it is called default. This is semicolon sand. I don't remember how it's in English. Semicolon, I think. Colon. Semicolon is with. Oh, this is semicolon and this is colon. You can't see this probably on this recording. Anyway, default colon sand. and that name could be used for making other mods or inside other mods when we need to use sand or other items that is already available in default game. So a list of those stuff will be available in usual wiki, and then there is developers wiki, which link is broken. Okay. HTTPS certificate is broken on this site, so I need to enter into those unsafe areas of game. Here is main game documentation, how to make mods, how basic functions of game work, and all other stuff that is needed to get into knowledge. For example, item groups, what is it and how it works. Those are available from Minetest website, and there is also one very handy book or website, rubenwardy.com. On this site we have two things that are very important for modders. One is Minetest modding book, which we'll be using, and second is Notebox editor, which is additional program designed to create unusual node shapes. For example, that kind of steps can be made in this editor and imported into your mod if you want to use something in specific shape. It can be done with only text editing of those nodes, but it's a graphical way in this Notebox editor, so it's way easier to make those. But we will not cover this in this basic modding tutorials. And there is this Minetest modding book by Ruben Wardy, and here is quite easily written stuff with some basic information about how mods work, how they are need to be written, how functions are interpreted by game, and how to make some basic stuff in the game and in different areas of the game. It's not all, but some stuff that we'll be using is definitely here. For example, one of the most important thing is where game is installed, so we can put those mods that we will create into the game, into the actual game. So I will put link for this in description, and it's very handy to have this free sources, player wiki, developer wiki, and modding book in background when you are creating any modifications for this game. So that's all for this episode, and in the next episode we'll make some basic mod. So keep in touch, subscribe to not miss any other episodes of this series, and wait for the next episode. Bye.